Good day, students. So on this clip, we're going to be going over 3 examples on how to add and subtract rational expressions. Okay, so let's write down the instructions for the notes. Evaluate the following. Evaluate the following expressions. Evaluate the following rational expressions. Okay, rational expressions. Okay, so number one, we have 3x to the third divided by 2xy plus um, 2x squared over 14y squared. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to break down the denominators. We can also break down the numerators and denominators just to see if there's anything in common that can be reduced first before we go ahead and add. So let's break everything down. We're going to have 3 times x times x times x on the top divided by, and the bottom 2 times x times y, and then plus on the right side 2 times x times x. And on the bottom, if we break down 14, we have 2 times 7 times y times y. Okay? If you take a look on the left side, you notice that there's an x up and down here that can be canceled out, so we can go ahead and reduce that. So pick on an x here, 1, pick on an x here, 1. And then we have reduced this left side into 3 times x over 2 times y plus 2 times x over 2 times 7 times y times y. Okay, now we can now add. To add, we need to find the LCD, make the denominators the same. So we have a 2 here, we have a 2 here and a 2 here, that's good. We have a y here and that's a y here. So we need a 7 and a 1 on the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce a 7 top and bottom. And then we'll introduce a y top and bottom. Okay? And then we're going to multiply across. Multiply everything together. This one and this one, we're going to have 3 times 7 is 21. 21 x squared y over 14y squared plus, on the right side, we'll have 2x squared over 14y squared also. So this basically tells me that the LCD is 14y squared. Okay? Now that we have the same denominators, we can write them as a combined fraction. Write them as a combined fraction, which is 14y squared. And then we at the top, we have 21x square y plus 2x squared. And there goes your final result. Okay? All right. Now let's go on to example number 2. So for number 2, we have 2y over 3x minus x plus 2y over 6y. All right. Now let's go ahead and break down everything to see if there are any common factors that can be taken out. So here on the top we have 2 times y over 3 times x, and then minus, this is just a monomial x plus 2 times y over 3 times 2 times y. Okay? All right, so here there's nothing that can be factored in. There's no common factor on the top that I can take out from the bottom. So nothing that we cannot reduce any of these fractions. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to make the denominators the same so we can find the LCD. We have a 3 and a 3. That's good. We have an x. We need an x here. We have an x. We need an x here. So what we're going to do is put this in parentheses. We're going to add an multiply an x on the bottom and an x on the top, and these are different colors, so it's obvious. Multiply an x here and an x there. We have a what? We have, okay, so now we have an x and we have an x. We have a 2 here, so we need a 2 over here. So let's put the 2 on the right side, top and bottom for the 2. All right, so now we have a 2 here and a 2 here. The last term we need is a y. So put a y here, top and bottom, also y, y. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1x, 1x, and 1y, 1y. So everything is accounted for. Now let's combine the fractored terms. That's going to give us, it's going to give us 4y squared over 6xy minus this x we have here will be distributed to both terms. So minus x squared plus 2xy divided by 6xy. All right, so now we can see that the denominators are the same and the LCD is 6xy. Okay, all right, so now we can now combine both fractions. If we combine both fractions, we'll have the LCD as 6xy. The denominator is 6xy. And then we're going to have 4y squared. On the right side, we'll distribute this minus to both terms, to the x squared and the 2xy. So that changes the sign, right, to the opposite. So xy becomes negative x squared, and 2xy becomes negative 2xy. All right? So there goes your final result. That's that. Okay. All right. Now, that was the end of the first part. And the second part, we're going to be dealing with problems a little bit longer. Number 3. So for number 3, we have 5 over x minus 3 plus 2y over x plus 4. Okay, so how do we do this? We need to find the LCD of these two terms. These two are first degree monomials with no common factor, so they cannot be reduced. So what we just need to do is find the LCD. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have an x minus 3 here, put in parentheses. It cannot be factored, so just put it like that, and this x plus 4. So times this the right side by x minus 3 top and bottom. And then on the left side, we'll times by x plus 4 top and bottom. Okay? All right. Now we're just going to multiply the numerator so we can combine them. As you can see here, the LCD is basically x plus 4 times x minus 3. Okay? All right, so now we're going to have distribute the 5 to x and then to the 4. So we're going to have 5x plus 5x plus 20 divided by x plus 4 times x minus 3 plus on the right side, distribute the 2y to the x and then to the negative 3. We'll have plus 2xy minus 6y. All right, and that whole thing divided by x plus y, x minus y. X plus 4, x minus 3. X plus 4, x minus 3. Now we have the same common denominator. So we'll draw our division bar. Draw division bar. Write the common denominator together, which is x plus 4 times x minus 3. And then the numerator, x minus 3, and then the numerator is going to be 5x plus 20 plus 2xy minus 6y. Okay, so you can rewrite it, just move terms around. The standard form, we can write 5x plus 2xy minus 6y plus 20. I'm just rearranging the terms. Both answers are correct, but this is much more standard. formulation for writing down expressions over x plus 4 times x minus 3. There goes your answer. Okay? All right. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking up here, subscribe, and more videos coming from them at greatstep.com. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.